Good morning everyone, welcome to Lost Phoenix Gaming, the home of tips, tricks, guides and tunes for Forza Horizon. And we're having a look today at the first look towards the spring season of Series 32. And 50% gets you the McLaren F1, 80% gets you the Lexus LFA, and the photo challenge is hashtag mudkicking. Take a photo of your car at the Mudkickers Adventure Park. That's not too bad. I would like to thank everybody who subscribed recently. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the time you've given me to watch my videos, leave a comment, hit likes, hit that subscribe, and I really do appreciate it. Some of the names are going across the top of the screen now. So again, thank you very much for that. I know there's a lot more than this, but these are ones I can see publicly. So thank you all, whether your name's listed up there or not. I do appreciate it. Next up, we've got the weekly Forzathon. Own and drive any modern supercar. Win free street scene events in your modern supercar. Earn a total of 15 stars from speed zones in your modern supercar. And finally, earn 20 awesome speed skills in your modern supercar. Okay, that's not too bad. And there's a lot of cars you can go for this, but I'm keeping the price down. I'm doing it on the cheap, and I'm going for a BMW i8. I've got my S1 tune here. I've used this recently in some of the championships, so you might already have it. But I definitely recommend Coastal Charge for the street scene events, because street scene can be a bit of a nightmare. Coastal Charge is definitely one of the better ones, in my opinion the best one, although Lakehurst Rush is also a really easy to complete no hassle circuit, which isn't too bad, especially given that you don't want too much hassle when it comes to street racing in S1s. Speed zones, Johnston Terrace, that's what you're after, up in Edinburgh, one of my favourites, and very easy just to keep running backwards and forwards to actually get the speed zone completion. And as you can see, I've got the i8 out. I'm running this in winter, although this is for spring. I'm running this in winter to show you, but it won't matter too much. It is just a case of take the run up. There's a lot of cars on the road there, and just keep going. I did hit the barrier, but all you need to do is just make the run. It's very easy to pick up 2 stars as a minimum on this one, and all you do is just run it, turn it around, run it back again, and you'll be good to go for that one. And the reason why I've picked the i8 is because it's S1. I could quite easily get an S2 car and absolutely go for a blast on this stuff, but then you'd have to deal with S2 street scene, which unfortunately is not the most pleasant of experiences. So S1 is definitely a good way to go to balance it out. Elmsdon on Sea Sprint, that's a good one, because I've got a custom blueprint here. It's called No Cars Motorway, and I'll put the share code up on the screen. And if you haven't got Elmsdon on Sea Sprint, go to any road racing event, put this share code into the custom blueprint search, and it will come up and you will be able to run it. And the idea behind this one is that I've simply made a route up and down the motorway where the cars go off on a little journey, and you can go straight ahead, and you've basically got the motorway to yourself, which is absolutely brilliant because there's no hassle, no obstacles, no other drivers to deal with. And an ultimate speed skill is when you get to 200 mile an hour. So drive up to 200 mile an hour and stay there for a little bit, and you will keep getting your ultimate speed skills once you get to that point. So I'm just going down this motorway. I've got awesome speed. I've just got ultimate speed. Some clean racing. I'll have another ultimate speed there. And you just drive up and down the motorway until you get them. And these driver tires do go off on a bit of a journey, so you could quite easily drive up and down a motorway as long as you want until you achieve this. And the simple thing about this is once you've done it, all you need to do is keep going, cross the island, and the finish line is pretty much right behind it. So it's pretty easy. You can do this quite a bit. You can even get a first place finish out of it as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Next up, we've got the trial, Alfa Romeo and Juliet. Then there's Supersonic versus Superfast, which is a showcase remix. And there's the Spring Games. So for those three, you get the Alfa Romeo 8C Forza Edition, a Super Wheel Spin, and the Land Rover Series 3 Forza Edition. That's not too bad. That should be a bit of fun. First up, we've got the trial. It's A-Class, it's GT cars, and you get the 8C Competizione for this one, the Forza Edition, which is actually a nice car. And the events for this one are the Horizon Festival Sprint, Greendale Club Circuit, and the Meadows Sprint. And those are your three events you have to win as part of a team in order to unlock this car and get the challenge completed. For this, I'm going to go for the 8C Competizione, not the Forza Edition that you win, but the actual auto show version. And I've got my Alfa Champ tune on it. This is a fun car. This is seriously cool. And this is the share code. So if you haven't got this already, this car, get this tune and be good to go. Next up, Supersonic versus Superfast. It's a showcase remix. It's down in Broadway. And yes, it is what you think it is. You're in a Ferrari Superfast and you're racing a fighter plane. You can see here it rumbles around quite a bit, but it's not too bad of a remix. This Superfast is definitely a lot of fun to drive. And as you come round, the plane definitely does buffet you around, but this isn't too bad. And I will be putting a video out on this when it goes live. Seasonal games, Mud Kickers 4x4, A-Class Extreme Off-Road. That's not too bad. Good place to take a photo of your car, you know. You might get a wheel spin out of it. And I'm going to go for the Bowler for this one. Perfect A-Class, the Bowler EXRS. And I've used this recently on Lego and it's actually not bad. It's a really nice car and it does handle the off-road stuff very, very nicely. So the share code is up there. So go grab that, get it on this car if you haven't got it, and just go and have a bit of fun on the seasonal games. Now we're looking at the PR stunts, Swan Dive, Cat Bells and Pennine Way. Okay, that's a jump, that's a speed camera and that's a speed zone. A couple of these have been pulled out of the backup playlist, funnily enough, but that's what we've got. And I'm going to go for the Mosler. Surprise, surprise. But this is a good car. It's capable and it's very cheap to get. And I've got the share code up here. So if you do need this share code, if you need a tune for this car, this is definitely something which will do the job. So that's a code. Get it on my car and go earn some super wheel spins. Swan Dive, okay, 300 metres is the target for this one. My personal best is 310.3, but we're going for 300. And there's a little bit of a procedure. Get yourself ready for this. You don't just go in and do it. This stuff is making a run. You've got to clear some debris down, definitely get rid of that trailer. So turn it around, take some fence out. The trailer's gone now. Just go along, knock the fence out, because you're going to need to have a pretty decent run across the fields in order to get up to the speed for this one. So you've done that, you've cleared your way, and you just go up to the road, give it a turn round, and just make a run down to it, really. You have to line yourself up a little bit. You have to be careful where the trees are. You can see how I've got it on the map there. So backing up to a road and just making a run. I'm going to go to the right of the trees here, being a bit careful on the acceleration because it does buffet around, does bounce. Make him a jump, and let's see what I get, shall I? Let's have a look. 310.6, okay. and straight into a tree. But that's done it. That's easily passed that seasonal challenge. So that's how you do that jump. Just remember to do the pre-work. Cat bells. It's a speed trap. 164 mile an hour is the target for this one, which isn't too much of a problem. Hitting the camera there, 168.1, completely rolling it down the hill, although it's probably not that easy to actually take the run from that direction. I think if you turn it around and take it from this direction, you've got a much nicer road in order to get up to speed on, and 171.47, so definitely I was right. If you're going to do it, hit it from the lower end. Pennine Way, 185 mile an hour for this one. And this is a one which was going to be on the backup playlist, and actually still is on the backup playlist. And this is simply just a case of running it east down to west and just getting through it. There's a couple of dodgy corners which you have to be mindful of. Take a nice long run up as much as you can, and when you hit the speed zone, give it a bit of acceleration, although I did go completely off on that corner. I should have probably slowed down a little bit. So just be a bit more mindful of that corner. I'll accelerate round. That's a tight corner, so you have to be careful there. But just keep the acceleration down as much as you can, and that's 187.57. And completely spinning a focus. But that's that completed. So the PR stunts are not too bad. For the championships, we've got Shelby coming round the mountain. I know, I'll just take a moment here. That gets you the Shelby 1000, new exclusive car. You've got the Muddy Marvellous, which is for the Nissan Pulsar, and for England, which is for an Aston Martin Vanquish 17. Shelby coming round the mountain. Okay, Modern Muscle A-Class. You get the Shelby 1000, as well as a few credits for the lower levels. And the events for this one are the Glen Rannoch Hillside Sprint, Greendale Super Sprint, and Lakehurst Forest Sprint, which aren't too bad, to be fair. They're quite nice events. And for this, I'll be going for the HSV Gen F GTS, the A-Class Rally tune. This is cool. This is really good, and I did use it for some other stuff before, and this works really well. I've got the share code up there. This is an auto show car as well, so it's pretty cheap to get, and this will definitely give you a good opportunity to get this new Shelby 1000. Next up, Muddy Marvellous Retro Rally, and you get a Nissan Pulsar for this. It's a cross-country event, and we've got 3 events as usual. So looking at the events, we've got Arthur's Seat Cross Country, Whitewater Falls Cross Country, and Gardens Cross Country Circuit. And for this one, I'll be using the Toyota Celica. I've got 2 of them. I'm going to probably go personally for the 92 version, but if you want to use the 94 version, you can do. They both work. They're on auction house for between 500,000 credits to about 1.5 million credits. And the 94 version, I think, is definitely the cheaper out of the 2, but I've got both tunes up here for you guys now. So I'm going to show you the 92 tune, and I'll show you the 94 tune. Grab these tunes, put them on the respective cars, and you'll be good to go hitting this championship. For England, Rule Britannia, B-Class Road Racing, and you get an Aston Martin Vanquish 17. So basically, it's Derwent Lakeside Sprint, Waterhead Sprint, and Lakehurst Copse Circuit. So let's go race a few British cars, shall we? What shall I go for? I'm going to go a bit of a 2-pronged approach on this one. I've got my 1965 Mini Cooper S with my bean tune on, which is basically my ultimate drift car. This is crazy, this is proper mad. And I'm going to be doing it in this because it's going to be just really fun. But it's totally wild, and I don't advise it for everybody. I actually advise the John Cooper Works GP. This is an auto show car again, B class, a lot more stable, a lot nicer to drive, and you're not going to be crashing out anywhere near as much in this one as you will be in that crazy overpowered drift machine. But it's up to you guys. If you want to have a bit of a mad one, grab the Cooper S and just go for it. If you want to complete it without too much hassle, without messing about, go for the John Cooper GP. And yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do for This Is England. This is what I'm going to do for that championship. I'm going to put 2 videos out. One with the crazy Bean Mini and one with a sensible John Cooper Works GP Mini. And that's the championships. And that's also the playlist sorted. So hopefully you guys have found this interesting, found it useful. I'll give you a couple of days to get your stuff up to speed, get cars, get tunes sorted, and just get ready to give this a proper kick when it does go live. And remember, if you do take photos of these cars, if you do these challenges, link them up on your social media and put a link to them in the comments either on this video or the photography video, which I will be publishing on the day. And that is that, guys. Hopefully this has been interesting to you guys. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like, hit subscribe, and until next time, thank you for watching. Take it easy and happy driving.